Hey guys, my name is CDM and today we'll play something differently. You might not know it yet, but I am a Pokemon fanatic. I grew up with the Generation 4 games and it has just something memorable about it. Today we'll play Pokemon Renegade Platinum. It is a ROM hack that was created by Driana and it has all sorts of features in it. One of them being shiny Pokemon, because today we can only use shiny Pokemon. I thought it would be interesting to show you how long each single individual's shiny took for me to hunt for. I don't want to take too much of your valuable time, so with that being said, let's get right into it. For each game, the beginning is made up of creating a character, and because Dawn is one of my favorite Pokegirls, I had to choose her and name her CDM. Following that, we also had to name our rival, and I don't personally like changing Barry's name, so we just sticked with that. The professor then finally let us go into the real world, where our privacy got immediately interrupted by Barry storming into our personal room. I don't like that. Downstairs, Mother finally confronted us about Dad leaving me and gave me a bicycle to make up for it. Thank you, Triano, that was thoughtful of you. We stepped outside for the first time, and I should probably do that in real life too, and we got greeted by snow. Winter is my favorite season, which got me into this game very fast. After talking to Barry, we stormed inside his house and saw Faulkner, the 8th gym leader, sitting there, menacingly. I did some screen layout changes, and now you will be able to see how long each shiny is going to take me from this time on. Maybe it's also time to tell you that the first shiny will be between a Turtwig, Piplup or Chimchar, and I personally didn't want to press left each single time to go for Chimchar or Piplup, so I decided to hunt for Turtwig this time. There's nothing to be said anymore, it is time to do some soft resetting, and luckily for you, you will not have to watch all of that. After Barry saw us standing over a briefcase for what felt like an eternity, and to be exact with you, 50 in real life minutes, we finally found one specific shiny Pokemon, our first shiny Pokemon, to be frank with you. Yes, we got the shiny Turtwig and it looks so cool! Barry was so pissed off at me that he was so locked in and I lost my first rival because of that. Lucky for us, this is not a Nuzlocke video, but that would have sucked so much. Imagine if I had to reset all of that. After losing to our rival, I went in to check the statistics of my Pokeguy, but if you really asked me what I'm looking at, I couldn't answer you that. After going back to Barry, we decided to head towards Verity Lakefront, and at this time I was wondering if Barry was the guy that would jump and I would follow, or that I would lead him into that jump. I wanted to say here that Barry and I looked over towards that weirdo talking to himself about time, and then I realized I'm doing the same thing recording this video, so yeah. I made my way over towards St. Gem Town, where I was allowed to name the Turtwig I just got. Because at the time I was watching a Call Me Kevin video, my favorite YouTuber, I named the Turtwig Jim Pickens, which was a very fitting name to be honest. I made my way over to Route 222, where I had to battle Lucas and actually beat him. Unfortunately, this Turtwig was not strong enough and I was really considering already trying to find another shiny Pokemon. I decided to persevere and managed to beat him on my 4th attempt. Yes, I wiped 3 more times, so what? The following trainers were also not easy because they had flying Pokemon, so after that I wiped again and again, and then I realized this whole run was going to take a lot of my time, and my god, that sucked. After entering Jubilife City for the first time, I realized that I needed to catch another Pokemon because I was not strong enough and I needed another party member. I decided to head back towards Route 222 to catch myself another random Pokemon. There was some interesting Pokemon like a Vulpix or even a Growlithe, and I would be fine with both of them, even a Zigzagoon, but fate had other plans and gave me a Shinx encounter. And look, I'm fine with a Shinx, but so many people catch Shinx here, and I want to create an authentic video, but I guess it was bound to happen. And I got this guy under 15 minutes, so I'm not complaining and neither are you. I mean, you can, but that's besides the point. I named this thing after my beloved Pookie Bear. We are, however, not done yet, because if we talk to the camera guy in Poke Center of Jubilife City, they will grant you all 3 starters of the first generation. So I decided why not, because you would get basically 3 times the amount of 1 chance for a shiny, so the odds were with me and hopefully it would not take as long. Right? So wrong. Took me over 1 hour and 30 minutes and I got the grass starter, which was so bad for us I literally needed anything else. I also couldn't name the thing and I also could not remember where the name rater was for half the game, so this will be named Bulbasaur. After getting Bulbasaur, I could finally make some progress in game and headed towards the Poke School in Jubilife City. And I learned that this Bulbasaur had the flying type ability for this move. It did clutch a few battles for me, so this was actually kind of huge for this grass team. Maybe it is also time to tell you that I will not be using rare candies this run, because I will not be playing with a level cap. I actually wanted to bond with my Pokemon, and seeing them go strong in battle gives a different kind of vibe towards the game. So sometimes it's nice to not throw candies down your mom's throat from time to time. Going forward, I headed towards Route 204 where I battled some trainers, which led into gym pickers actually evolving into a grotto, so our team is getting stronger. I spent some time running around hoping to catch a random shiny, but the actual goal was to prepare for the first/second rival battle with Barry. After giving Pookie Bear the scope lens, I got enough courage to try and beat Barry for the first time. Starly fainted relatively quickly due to the type advantage, however Barry's Munchlax was no joke. I did manage to kill him by doing chip damage with Leech Seed, but without Bulbasaur, this would have been very bad for us. And finally, Barry's Charmander however was a bit easier due to Grottle being a ground type as well, so the first rival battle was relatively easy for now. I did some more leveling and our Pookie Bear evolved into a Luxio, and our Bulbasaur with no nickname evolved into an Ivysaur. I then headed towards the Orbug cave because at the second layer we had a chance to obtain a shiny Riolu, so I had to take that chance. There was also a chance however to get a Zubat, which was alright too I guess, but I really did not want a Diglett or a Geodude. And I got the Geodude anyway, and this was less than 10 minutes in the hunt, so I didn't record the time here. Not too bad because we can evolve it, but I really wanted the Zubat or Riolu. Damn it. After getting the worst shiny in history, we entered Orbug City, where it was time for yet another shiny. This time it was between the Generation 3 starters, and I did figure out that once you accept the first starter, you can only soft reset for Torchic and Mudkip, which we both need. I did however have a bit of a preference for this one because Torchic is actually my favorite Pokemon, so I really hope that I could get one. And after resetting for 50 minutes plus 30 from a deleted recording I won't show you, we managed to acquire a Mudkip, a very strong Pokemon. However, we did miss out on my favorite Pokemon this run, which makes me kind of sad. Then I headed towards the cave where I talked to the gym leader Rourke for the first time. He offered us one of the valuable stones and usually he will take the stone for the Eevee you can acquire back home. I knew about that, I just didn't want an Eevee because Sylveon was not in the game and Sylveon is my favorite evolution. So we will not be using Eevee this run. I immediately went back towards Rourke and challenged him for an epic Pokemon battle. I led off with Mudkip that I still didn't give a nickname to, and he led off with his Nosepass and he used Stealth Rock to set up on me. And for some reason he knew Shockwave? And look guys, stone Pokemon should not be able to use electricity. Like how the hell am I supposed to know that? I switched into Pickens and because I was a bit of a higher level, my Bulldogs could kill most of Rourke's mons. Except for this Larvitar who probably had guts with a Flame Orb. He used Rock Slide and Jim unfortunately kicked the bucket. I switched back to Ivysaur, but Rourke is Grenado's new Zen Headbutt, which was super effective against my poison type. This is where I shall meet the Geodude I caught earlier in the cave. Actually came in clutch with Bulldogs and I actually managed to defeat Rourke with it. We got our first gym badge, 7 more to go. We left the gym with full confidence to breathe the air of Orbug City for the last time. Not for too long though, because we needed to go back to Jubilife City where we met Lucas to do our first double battle in the game. Generation 4 has this concept, so they really wanted to let you know that this was a thing. Like chill bro, I get it, it's a double battle, it's not the end of the world. Then our next destination was Floroma Town, and to be exact with you, Valley Windworks, where I first wanted to train Mudkip for a bit, because they almost evolved, but in just 5 minutes we got a random Voltorb shiny. This was so out of the blue, like literally, and I put a lot of effort into that joke, so please subscribe. Look, having great balls was good for our team, however I wanted one specific shiny that was obtainable with my honey purchases. But before I tell you what I was going to do with my honey, I wanted to do the grunt fights first, so I trained Mudkip for a bit and they evolved into a Marshtomp. I then hunted for the shiny I will get in this tree, and this tree is really special because every Munchlax that lives in this tree holds leftovers. So I did farm like 7 to 8 free leftovers, and that is pretty broken to be honest. If you play this game, just catch some and you will be good to go as well. Before continuing soft resetting my life away, I decided to challenge Grunt Mars with the scary Pyroleon. I did not really have trouble with this fight, also because I have 3 evolved starters at this point, so we will move on from this fight a bit faster. Then after 50 minutes in total, we got the most rare encounter in this tree possible, and it is a Munchlax. And guys, you don't even know how excited I was to see this. Like the dopamine was flying straight into my brain immediately. This tree had like all the bad bugs you can imagine. And the only decent encounters were like a Slackoff and the monkey. So I was kind of aiming for that. But the Munchlax is like, wow. Holy damn. For your information, I named this thing Clementine because at the time I was recording and uploading The Walking Dead. So if you want to check that out, link is in the description. After obtaining Clementine and killing multiple trainers on
Route 205, I made my way into Eterna Forest. In Renegade Platinum you will have to beat Shirley in order to continue, but I expected to wipe at least 3 to 4 times here, but my team was relatively strong now with 2 pre-evolved starters and Pokebear, which covered most of my weaknesses. Victory was achieved, and following that I tried to avoid encounters as much as possible here because I didn't want to lose a shiny just yet. After parting ways with Cherry and entering Eterna City for the first time, I was brainstorming on what to do next because I was just winging it at this point. I decided that I needed a Pokemon that could learn Fly for later on because I didn't want to walk everywhere in game. So I entered Route 211, which was literally next to Eterna City, and searched between the encounter pool, and our best bet here was to get a Natu or a Swablu, but there were also instances where I could get fighting Pokemon, which was alright too if I think about it. And eventually after another hour the game decided to bless me with another permanent party member, the Swablu. And you don't have to worry, by the way, about the Pokemon currently sitting in my PC because I plan to evolve every single one of these Pokemon and these shinies in this video, so stay tuned. I named the thing Minecraft and made my way into Mount Coronet, where I was collecting some items and looking into the encounter pool. There were interesting Pokemon, but nothing really that interesting for my team currently, so I immediately went into Route 216, where it was snowing, and snow is my favorite biome. I finally found Gardenia sitting in a random house with 3 random strangers, but I finally unlocked the gym leader. I didn't really waste too much time, I immediately went in to battle Gardenia. She sent out a Blossom, I sent out Pokebear. I didn't expect her team to be this strong already. I was like 5 to 4 levels higher than her, but she still managed to beat the shit out of me. This was especially bad for Clementine because she is a level up Pokemon, and if level up Pokemon die, it kind of resets it a bit and it takes longer of time. I don't know if Dreana changed that, but I was a bit pissed at this point. So after that I died a few more times, and then I was looking at my TMs, HMs, Pokemon parties to see I could change anything to cheese this fight a bit more, but I just couldn't come up with a final strategy to beat it. So I did what any logical person would do, and that is to try again and again and again. And well, I died more than 10 times to this gym leader. On attempt 12, I don't know what I did exactly, but I finally managed to beat the Roserade with Luxray and Ivysaur, and I just cleaned up with Ivysaur and finally could defeat Tangela with Pokebear, and I beat Gardenia that way. I feel like you guys are shaming me. Come on, everyone struggles with this gym battle, probably. After obtaining the badge, Pokebear evolved into a Luxray, and Luxray kinda grew on my heart a bit. I said I didn't like it, but I kinda like it now. After defeating Gardenia, I made my way into the Grunt hideout, where I battled most Grunts and collected some items. Luxray was pretty strong at this point, which also carried me in the Jupiter fight against the fat Skunky. I also tried leveling Clem here, but I think I died too many times at this point, so that friendship evolutions don't work as fast as I want it to be. Oh, and we could also get a Porygon here, but it's kinda boring because I have a better encounter in mind. That encounter being in the snow biome, and I probably should have done this encounter before attempting Gardenia's gym, but I don't work that way. I like to do things more difficult. We got the shiny Sneasel, and I named this thing What the F*** because I've never had a Sneasel before, and it looks pretty cool. Okay, time to go a bit faster because this video is taking ages to upload, and my upload schedule looks like actual slowpoke. Clementine had enough friendship by this point and evolved into a beautiful Snorlax. I made my way into Route 206, where I battled more trainers. I went under the bridge to do the team up thing with Mara, whatever her name is. Ivysaur, who still has no nickname, evolved into a Venusaur. I accidentally battled the Elite 4 member Aaron and almost beat him, but he murdered every single one of my mons in the end. I battled Fantina, the next gym leader in Celestic Town. I defeated her on my 4th attempt. Barry challenged me next, and I actually defeated him on my first try. We had to do grunt fights in the Pokemon Mansion, and some of them were double battles again. Minecraft evolved into an Altaria, and my Marshtomp, who has no nickname still, evolved into a Swampert. After the Pokemon Mansion, I abused those 2 trainers to get a lot of money. Then I made my way into Route 209, where I battled more trainers and just leveled my Pokemon. Nothing really happened here. I skipped directly over Solasian Town to make my way into Route 210. On Route 210, I caught myself another shiny, which was a Tauros, and I accidentally pressed escape while trying to catch this shiny. Because, well, Tauros wanted to stay with us, I named this thing Can't Escape. Then I made my way into Veilstone City, and the problem with Veilstone City is not that I needed to catch another shiny or that I needed to do something tedious. I just needed to figure out where the hell I was supposed to go. And there's one problem with me, and that is that I don't like reading, so I actually spend more time trying to figure the plot out than actually putting in the effort and just to read some text. I then renamed the Swampert, who had no name to my favorite starter, Blaziken. Then I didn't know where to go, so I just gambled my life problems away. And then I finally figured out that I just needed to challenge the gym leader and just challenge the gym leader. I also renamed the Venusaur who had no name to has no name, and I died too. And finally defeated Marlene to obtain the gym badge. And finding out what to do took more effort than actually catching a shiny Pokemon ever in this run. After defeating the gym leader, I saw Lucas outside fighting against some grunts, and I decided to help him because I'm so cool. And then I went to Lake Flavorland or something. I'm going to say it correctly. Valor Lakefront City. Or is it more like a beach? Anyway, I went to this house and battled lots of double battles, which gave me a lot of money and leveled more of my Pokemon. But then, who is that? Get out of my video! Wait, it's me, I'm vibing to the song! Anyway, let's continue. After the double battles, I went back to Route 213, but didn't stay here too much. Hey, get out of my video. I basically needed to go to Pastoria City, but found out that the gym leader went away. Again, like the usual plot in Pokemon games. And then I did more trainers, more routes, to finally found him inside the rain, talking about crash and water. I don't know, the plot sucks, I think. I don't know, I haven't read it. And then I defeated Barry again. At this point I was done with Pokebear and decided to switch my party member to Great Balls, because I think he earned his place in this team and evolved into Greater Balls. I then challenged Wake, the next gym leader, and because of Great Balls this gym leader was relatively easy. And then I made my way to Route 207 where Cynthia gave me the potion so I could get by the Psyducks. You know what I really like about Great Balls is that I can press explosion and not lose a Pokemon, because this is not a Nuzlocke, and I just love the interaction of saying go 0-1 yourself, Great Balls. This matchup was also interesting. Do you know which one is the true Blaziken? Because I for sure don't. It's mine. It's time to go into overdrive, so let's go. I challenged Lucas for the last time and I defeated him. I entered Celestic Town to deliver the Cynthia quest to the old grandma. I met Cyrus in the cave and challenged him for the first time and defeated him on my first attempt. I had to go all the way to the other side of the map, activate the Professor Oak quest in the Pokélab area in Sinnoh, where I was defeated by another Elite Four member. This quest was really boring, so I skipped it entirely for you. I then went to Canalave City, where Barry challenged me for the last time, I think. I defeated him, but this time it was really close because I had only has no name left. After that, I took the boat to do the team-up quest with the Aura trainer Riley in the cave. Again, not really important, took only some time. I then defeated the 6th gym leader, and I then defeated Grunt Mars. I found the evolve item for Sneasel and they evolved into a Weavile, and this is probably my favorite shiny this entire run. Our Aisho meet, the Geodude, evolved into a Graveler, and then respectively into a Ballsack Golem. Where it starts, it also ends, because Gym Pickings evolved into a Torterra. I didn't use the Torterra, but it still looks very cool. Long story short, I made it all the way to Snow Point Temple. I spent way too much time on this ice puzzle. After 15 minutes, I unlocked the 7th gym leader. I went back to Snow Point City and challenged Candace. I defeated her on my 3rd attempt. Okay, Barry weak, Jupiter hot. Me go to Veilstone City. Cyrus gave me one famous speech. I know everyone will join the 2nd World War. I had to battle Cyrus. I freed the 3 monkeys. I made it all the way to Mount Coronet, where Cyrus angered the time and space Pokemon, I guess. Mommy Cynthia and I went to the Distortion World, and well, the puzzle there took me half an hour. Moving forward, I finally figured out what to do and defeated Cyrus 2 times. I tried soft resetting for the Shiny Giratina and got it in 50 minutes, and there's actually no way I will use any other Pokeball here, so I will not fail a shiny this run. I battled Faulkner, the last gym leader, and defeated him with my level 70 shiny Giratina that I named Joel Miller. Well, now the victory road here took me over 1 hour and 20 minutes in total, because my team was actual dog. And it is the longest I've done a victory road for, and I didn't even reset, so I had to do the run for over 10 times total. Because of that, I decided to make a final team that I wanted to do the Elite Four with and defeat Cynthia, of course. And well, I wanted to grind to level 100 anyway, so I decided to go back on the rare candy roll I made earlier this video. Because it was either rare candies or battle Blissey's in Solaceon Town for 10 hours, I decided to just choose option A, because cheating is based by our dear Nuzlocke god by this point, right? Our team consists of a level 100 totally not fair Giratina named Joel Miller, our beloved Blaziken that totally looks like a Blaziken, our Venusaur who still has no nickname, my favorite shiny this run, the Weavile, what the actual the Pokeberry Replacer Great Balls, and finally, also one of my favorites, Clementine, the chunky Snorlax. Oh, and I also defeated Barry 2 for the actual last time. Do you remember all the times throughout Sinnoh where random Elite Four members challenged me, every time beating me, every time using me? I felt weak, but right now I feel powerful. Our first victim was bug catcher Aaron, and well, more than a stupid bug catcher, he could not be. Our beautiful Giratina swiped the floor with him. The Grandma Bertha was next on the target list, and well, I prepared the coven next to all our Pokemons that died in this battle. Fire Guy Flint was next, and more than Faulkner he could not be. Next please, never mind, Lucius is not even worth mentioning. It's time to battle the best Pokemon train star in all of Pokemon, Cynthia. I will literally go on my knees for this woman. Cynthia sent it out to Clefable, and I used Clementine. Clementine has over 400 HP, so the stall battle we did. Clefable used Moonlight, and I used Body Slam, and we exchanged blows until Clefable went down. The next battle was Low Pony against Joel Miller. Joel knew Aura Sphere, and with Low Pony missing a high jump kick, the 1v1 was settled quick. Miss Magius stood no chance against Joel, but I wanted other Pokemon to shine too, so I sent it out, what the f***, against Cynthia's ace, the Garchomp. After one Icicle Crash, that was settled as well. Roserade came out to revenge for her fallen comrades, and our Venusaur, who still has no nickname, earthquaked the end of the Roserade. Our Blaziken, in a bad matchup against Milotic, almost killed Milotic, but no. The final Pokemon, our great boss, used Explosion, and I defeated the Renegade Platinum, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and here's my reaction. Let's go! Hey, with every video comes an end, and this video took very long to make, and I am glad that I got to finish this video as well. Hopefully my script writing got a bit better, because I try to better myself every single video, and if you have any improvement points for me or anything else, please leave a comment, because I do truly appreciate it and read every single one of my comments, even if it's hate. When it comes to Pokemon, if you ever want to see me doing another one of these, maybe Blaze Black 2 Redux or another shiny run, let me know, because I do love to play Pokemon from time to time, and making big videos like this is also my thing. Hit the like button, subscribe, the notification bell of course, and with that all being said, I see you guys next time.